Miracles and the Atonement. Christ initiated the process of the atonement, the undoing of error, and the return to the truth. He stands ready at the end, not because he needs atonement, but to support us whenever we fall short. When you give a miracle to someone else, you're not only healing them, you're healing yourself as well. And you're also honoring Christ at the same time. Christ channels errors that you aren't yet able to correct. Once you remember your original, your divine self, you naturally become a channel for miracles, as if you reject the reality of any type of error in yourself as well as in others. You join the great spiritual mission of healing. You already have the power to perform miracles, and Christ will provide the opportunities. But your willingness is essential. Each miracle that you perform, it builds your conviction and your confidence because action follows understanding. Will pass away. This phrase means the separation between heaven and earth will dissolve. They will no longer appear as two realities. Christ's word, his truth, is eternal because life itself is eternal. You are the creation of God, and that creation is lovable and it is loving. This is not just a nice idea. It is how you must come to see yourself within your heart because it is true. You're lovable and you're loving. God created you. The forgiven becomes the forgivers. Those who have received forgiveness becomes instruments of the atonement. The atonement is not a solo mission. It is a shared responsibility. Miracles join minds, uniting people in divine purpose and releasing all, and I say all, of God's creations from suffering and from illusion. Only Christ performs miracles indiscriminately. Only Christ can give miracles to anyone at any time. God has given Christ the authority to do so. Your role in this process is guided by Him. Ask Him which miracles to perform, and He will show you which ones to perform. This prevents misdirected efforts and ensures your actions are in harmony with the divine plan. Miracles must be impersonal. You don't choose who gets what miracles and when they get them. That's not your choice. Christ directs the miracle to where it is most needed. This leads to revelation, a deep personal experience of God's love. Christ as a guide directs without controlling. The phrase, lead us not into temptation, means to recognize your ears and choose to follow His loving corrections. The truth is untouchable by error. The truth can never be harmed by illusion. Error is weak and always vulnerable. You are free to create your own experience. But when you remember that your true nature is spirit, and that spirit is a state of grace forever, you will naturally choose rightly. You focus on doing things right, being right, living right, feeling right. Atonement roots out fear by dissolving all underlying errors. When you feel threatened by God's love, it's because you're holding on to false loyalty. to ego, to illusion. When you project this onto others, you actually trap that person into perception. The miracle worker blesses, which dissolves this trap and restores that person's freedom. Interesting, huh? Perception shapes your behavior. It does. Your behavior, and you behave according to how you perceive. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Only works if your perception is true and is clear. You and your neighbor, you're equal, part of the same divine family. You must see your own holiness and recognize that same light in others. Only then you can understand that your behavior can be truly lovable and it will be appropriate. You realize that you act in calmness. Be ready for miracles all the time. Miracles arise from a mind that is ready, a mind that is open and lovable and unified. This mind blesses everyone, even unconsciously when you're asleep. The impersonal nature of miracles shows that they are part of the oneness of the atonement. They flow from your true self and return to your mind a state of grace and calmness when you welcome in your stranger, the neighbor. You see that he was always your brother, always your brother. Miracle effects are not yours to manage. You may not see or understand how a miracle affects others, but that's not your concern. A miracle always, always, always blesses you, even if you don't see the outcome. Miracles you were ready to give, but you didn't. You didn't give those miracles. Those miracles, they still have value. They reflect your state of grace. Christ alone knows where miracles are most needed, and he guides their distribution. He tells you where they go. He puts them there, even if you don't want them to. Miracles are selective, not because of size. Miracles go to those who are ready to use them, and they will naturally pass them out. This builds a strong chain of healing. The size of miracles, again, it doesn't matter. Size is a concept of the physical world. It is. It's not a spiritual reality. A miracle aims to restore awareness of the truth, so it cannot be bound by the very rules it exists to transcend. It cannot. If you would like more, just keep watching. There's so much more that is to be uncovered and to help you through this awakening. Until next time, make sure that you're happy, healthy, and you are blessed. Namaste.